Oh, I don't know which camera.
Yeah, do which one do you go to?
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Sidebar. I'm your host Ellis, and joining me as always is my co-host Max.
Oh, I was gonna do my Max, but yeah, never mind. We move.
Anyway, how you been, Max?
I've been good. You know, work's been busy, so cannot complain. What about yourself? How have you been this week?
Yeah, pretty
been
good.
Up to anything good?
What did I do this week? We're looking for flats in London. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one because I guess we could move right into our first segment. What's something that pissed us off this week?
Yeah.
You know, well.
Go on. I'm up for it.
I was looking at photos on the website.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, not every single house has a floor plan.
Oh god, yeah.
A floor plan is very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Definitely.
Also, I mean, when we went, it looked a lot smaller than the photos were showing.
Yeah.
It was also like very dirty in there, and I know that they would do a deep clean at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just I arrived and I was like, oh, this. I don't know. The area wasn't great, and like I don't know, just disappointment.
Just wasn't for you. No, that's fair enough. Yeah,
oh.
You move.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I went to the gym for the first time this week.
The gym
since December. It was fucking horrible.
What were you doing at the gym?
Oh, literally, I did arms and I did abs, and I did a run. And honestly, I was running next to this. I'll be honest, she was very good looking girl on the treadmill. You know, you're trying to do the old yeah. I'm not struggling. Oh my god, I was struggling towards the end. She kind of looked over, you know, you're just sweating and you're not even going that far. She's like, can this just fucking end?
Whenever I'm on the treadmill, I always pretend like I'm chasing the person in front of me. I'm like, I'm going to get you. You cheeky minx. Look at you. Look how slow you're running. Look at me. I'm doing a sprint. I'm going to get you. Yeah. Gym stuff, yeah. Yeah, gyms are, I don't know, they can be kind of hostile places.
They can be hostile places.
It feels like, you know, you can't really look anywhere but down. Otherwise, you know, if you get spotted watching someone.
It's very uncomfortable. Men or women, yeah.
And then someone catches you and like, you know, if it's that person, then they're like, why are you looking at me, bro?
I know, yeah, it is the most awkward thing on that front. For sure. So, Ellis, I know that you've said what pissed you off, but is there anything else that's pissed you off this week?
You're trying to hint towards something.
No, nothing at all. I'm just wondering. Really.
I don't know if I've done anything this week that's pissed me off. Yeah, I mean the I guess the house viewing thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean other than that, I've been okay.
I've got 3.
You've got 3?
I've got 3 things.
Wow.
I think I've got 3 things that are very relatable.
Yeah.
Number 1, coming here this evening.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, road closures everywhere.
Oh, road closures.
Everywhere, okay? Everywhere. I mean, I get it. One road, that's fine. Go around the side road, that was closed too. And the other side, it was also closed. It probably took me a good solid 35 minutes when it usually takes me 20 minutes to get here this morning. And this evening. Do you know what? That was one thing.
Wow.
Number 2, people that don't wipe down the equipment or put the stuff back at the gym infuriates me.
Yeah.
Absolutely infuriates me.
I bet it infuriates the employees more though.
Oh god, you got to feel for them. You've got to feel for them, and it's just, you know, when they're like benching on a bench. On a bench, yeah. I've completely forgotten what that was for a second. Yeah, you can see how often I go to the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're at the gym and you know they're benching and you go on there and you can just feel all the sweat and they just don't wipe it down. It's just disgusting. People. Just wipe down the equipment, please.
You heard it first.
Yeah. And now, thirdly, so I just want to give a little shout out to a person called Jordan North this week.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly
Jordan North.
Yeah,
I mean, shout out to Jordan North.
What he did this week was absolutely incredible. But for those that don't know, I mean, he rode from London to his hometown. I mean, it was well over like 100 miles.
It was 100 miles on the dot.
And you know what really pissed me off? This was the thing this week for me.
Was it because he did it for charity and personal gain? Max, I'm calling it. I'm calling you out.
Yeah, not that. This was it. You got so many people that did like ultra endurance athletes go, oh, that's so easy. I could do that in a day. I'm like, fuck off, you little prick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got so many people. Oh yeah, it's like so easy. It's like, shut up, you loser.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, he raised, I believe, about 800 grand once it finished for charity.
That's insane.
It was for comic relief.
It was comic relief. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play. Fair play. Like it's tough. I used to do around quite a lot, as you know.
Yeah.
And like
I did it for 5 minutes. It was
God.
horrible.
Like when you're rowing, it just seems like everything is against you. The wind is not going in your direction.
Yeah.
On top of that, your hands are fucking freezing.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting wet all while this is going on.
Yeah.
And it's it's the river, so it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
It's also cold outside. As we're recording, it's at March.
Yeah.
Beginning of March. So. Still pretty cold. I mean, the river never really warms up.
It doesn't, no.
But yeah, I mean, freezing cold temperatures, and like no one asked him to do it. He just voluntarily did it.
Just shout out to him for doing it. But yeah, just so that all those people that said, "Oh, I can really do it. That's really easy." Fuck you. Fuck you all.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. No Kanye news this week. There hasn't really been anything going on. I mean, his documentary was finished. I think I mentioned that maybe last week something like that.
I think you did, yeah.
That was, pretty cool.
Just chilling in his house at the moment, is he, Ellis?
Oh no, Kanye never chills. Kanye never chills.
What would you do, can I just say right now, if he came around that corner and he was like, Ellis, I'm like a huge fan, what would you do?
I'd pull up that chair there and I'd be like, I have some questions. Take a seat, Kanye. Can I get you a drink? I'd love to pick his brain. I reckon he's such an interesting person. But yeah, anyway, so no Kanye news this week. I'll wait until he, I don't know, does something extremely dramatic.
Yeah.
We'll wait for that. I mean, at the moment, it just seems like he's just trying his hardest to troll Pete Davidson. Like every time Pete Davidson opens up a new Instagram account, like all of the Kanye fans are just bombarding it.
I mean, Pete,
calling him Skeet.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Skeet is apparently it's an American terminology for something gross. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Something maybe period related, something like that.
Let's see.
I don't know. But Skeet sounds funny anyway, and ha 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 ha.
Yeah. What a what a crazy time.
Wow. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. So Max, bear with me 1 second. Let me just grab up the news of the week. So we've had a few things go down this week. Some interesting things.
Very interesting things.
Movie news and stuff like that. Patrick Stewart just pretty much admitted that he was in Doctor Strange.
I mean, it was happening. I think he even forgot at one point. He was like, oh yeah, that is. I was listening to Radio 1. It was like, yeah, our sponsor for this week. But literally, he was just saying, I can't even speak now. He was literally just saying, oh yeah, is that my voice? Oh yeah, I am in that thing. So it's just
it's the corner of his head and it's his voice, and he's got a pretty distinct voice.
He does have a
by the way, sorry. Let me run through the topics that we're going to be doing. So Professor X, we're going through right now. We've got I Am Legend news. We've got Marvel Netflix stuff, Free Guy 2, Futurama news, and Daredevil news. And then we're leading right into the Batman movie. We're going to be breaking it down.
One thing I'd like to interject with before we go into this news, everyone always remembers from a couple of weeks ago the old Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Well, I was listening the other day.
Max, were you ever somebody's muse?
I mean, I was your muse when we were writing Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems?
But there's a choir, and I'll need to find this, that literally did a whole song in regards to her doing Uncut Gems.
A choir?
A choir. Literally sang the whole thing. The whole interview of them doing Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Random.
Honestly, I know it's random, but it's just moments like this. I go, I love the internet.
Yeah,
I just love it.
Wow. So Patrick Stewart, obviously he's going to be in the Doctor Strange film.
Yeah.
I presume that he just knew that it was common knowledge because it kind of is common knowledge, and so. But anyway, I guess it was still unconfirmed until he said that.
Indeed.
Next bit of news. I Am Legend 2 is happening.
See, I don't know how they could continue. I mean, because Will Smith's character
spoiler alert, he fucking died.
Yeah,
he died.
He's dead.
There is an alternate ending, but I don't know. It wasn't the main ending. The main ending was he died. He blew himself up. Right?
Yeah. So how? I just don't understand how he could. How could he survive that?
It was it was like he blew himself up, right? With a grenade or something.
Yeah, he did. He literally ran towards the zombies, and that was it. Boom, bosh, he was dead. So I'm kind of scratching my head with this one and just go, why? So
Michael B. Jordan is set to come into it. I'm assuming as his son.
Don't assume, Alice. You assume that makes an ass out of you
and
me.
Well, that's true. Unconfirmed, but I mean, I don't know. Probably. I mean, he'd be around the right age anyway. So who knows? But anyway, I Am Legend 2. You excited? Are you gonna watch it?
I will watch it, but I'm just still scratching my head. I just don't know what they could do anymore onto that movie.
More zombies, more variants on.
Yeah,
because I mean, those zombies are. Well, they're more like mutants, I guess.
They are more mutants. Like, I wonder if they're going to go towards, like, I don't know if you ever read the book, but more like the book angle, because with that one there, it's very different to the film. So I wonder if they're going to go to that angle there. But we will wait and see.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, Max, you might have known that Netflix... all the Marvel stuff on Netflix was taken away from Netflix.
I know.
It's not on there at the moment, I don't think. No, it won't be by the time this comes out. But now I guess Disney have just bought it. Yeah. Because
you know what that means. You know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means that there's a new series of I've been waiting so many years for this.
Yeah.
He's like one of my all-time favorite superheroes. Like, for me, I know we're going into it later, but it's like Batman, Spider-Man, Daredevil. Yeah. Those are the three that I grew up reading, watching. So I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. Like, he was a nice inclusion in Spider-Man. Also, Max, do you want to tell us the story? So I heard a story, and I do feel for old Charlie Cox here, but apparently his girlfriend was recording him for when he was on that scene in Homecoming.
This was in the cinema, right?
This was in the cinema, and apparently the cinema was just completely silent. When he just came out. I mean, that is a bit of a kick in the teeth, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess considering, Andrew Garfield's entrance and, and then Toby's entrance, and then that was massive, but then,
it was just Cox, a bit like, huh.
I don't know if it's a case of, people won't recognise him because they might not have seen the Daredevil show, because...
I mean, how can you not see it?
Well, kids won't be able to watch it because it's like an 18, right?
Yeah, I say teach them young. That's what I say, teach them young.
See this man, this blind man, is gonna kick some ass.
Yeah, exactly. This is why children are sensitive these days.
I say expose them to Daredevil. On Daredevil as well, Charlie Cox says he's come out and said that he thinks that a PG-13 Daredevil can absolutely work. What do you think?
No. I think it needs to be darker. He was always a darker Marvel character, and I mean, if you read the comics, they were incredibly dark. I really just want them to keep to that, that dark, that aesthetic, really, and not have. Hi, this is Charlie Cox, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Yeah, fair enough. I do agree. I think once you set the tone, it will be difficult for it will be an unwise thing to then take away that thing that makes your precious thing ever so precious.
I was wondering though, when Hawkeye came out, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen it, when Kingpin came out and he was wearing that Hawaiian shirt, I just thought, why?
Well, that was taken from the comic books. There's a panel of him wearing a pretty similar Hawaiian shirt.
I just think that was very unnecessary. I mean, I know it's Kingpin, but if I just saw him coming towards me, I'd be like, okay, mate, you do you. Someone
got an ice cream.
Yeah. Someone's been on Fab 5 recently.
And then Futurama. I don't know if you heard. It's coming back.
Yeah.
Originally, so there was a bit of controversy because the guy that voices Bender did not sign up to come back.
Oh.
So they were going to go on without him because, and I'm only presuming this, he probably wants more money, which is, I guess that's fair. Like, it's been cancelled and renewed so many times, and like, he does work very closely to Matt Groening, so like, yeah, sure.
Do you remember? Right, let's be honest. Everyone that's watched it. I mean, I never really got into it, but there is one episode I think everyone's watched. You know the one I'm on about. Did you cry in that episode?
Oh, the one with Fry's dog.
Oh my god, that got. I must have been like 7 years old when I saw it. I bawled my eyes out, and I think I didn't watch it for a long time after that.
I can't watch it now because the dog that Fry has is the same breed of the dogs that I have.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough to watch it. Like I can't make it through.
Yeah.
Dry. Let's say. So yeah, I mean, like I'm kind of a bit, I don't know, unsure about it because the way that Futurama ended was so perfect. Do you know the ending of it?
No, I never watched the ending of it, but
so and I guess spoilers for a TV show that ended like years and years and years ago. But the final episode is like Fry and Leela, and the professor invents like a time-stopping button.
Yeah.
And then Fry has it, or someone has it. It gets broken. And it ends up only being Fry and Leela that are left.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is frozen in time.
Yeah.
And they finish off their story by wandering around the world. And seeing all these great sights and going through the universe and all that sort of stuff. And then at the very end, they're starting to see this like weird orb that's flying around everywhere, and then that turns out to be the professor, and then he's like, oh yeah, this is like a time portal thing that I'm attached to. We can go back in time and start again, and your memories will be new and that sort of thing. So he essentially flashes them back to the pilot episode, which is or maybe the second episode in, which is it's pretty clever because it just means that it's on a continual loop. But they're doing more. I'm very happy that they're doing more. To be fair, because I think at one point in time I started to prefer it to The Simpsons.
Okay.
Because it was at this point where Futurama stayed pretty consistent, got a little bit better over time, whereas The Simpsons so good, and then like they had to maintain that level. And you can't not for, I mean, how many seasons are they on now? Like 32, 33.
Oh my God, it's mad, isn't it?
Something stupid like that. So and Futurama only had like maybe 11 seasons, something like that. But I mean it's something I'm certainly looking forward to. But I don't think it's necessary. But new content.
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Yeah.
And that's pretty much the news this week. Do you have anything else that you wanted to mention?
No, apart from Uncut Jams. That's that was it. So Ellis, tell me, why are you wearing that hat today?
I'm wearing this hat because it's Batman, bitches. Short story. I know a guy who worked on the new Batman movie, and it was a couple of years ago. He did a few months on it. He was working specifically on the Batmobile. So on the thrusters at the back. So he was working on that, and some other little. There's a particular robot as well that you know which robot I'm on about. So he worked on that as well. So so that was really cool. So I wanted to like pick his brain for like so long, and eventually I did, and he recognized that I had such a weird interest in it, and he came in one day with this hat. And he just gave it to me because he was like, I've got loads of like film merch, and I don't really wear hats, and like, here you go, you can just have this.
Yeah.
So I got this. I got like a big sort of key necklace. It's like a bit of ribbon that you stick on your keys.
Very cool.
So yeah, that was really cool. I did wear this on the when we went to the cinema.
I noticed.
I also have a T-shirt.
You virgin.
I've been wanting to watch this film. This was probably my most anticipated film of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say so at least. Yeah, it's like this.
This and Obi-Wan Kenobi, which the trailer still hasn't come out for. Just saying.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming out in a couple of. Hold on. It's next month.
Exactly. So Disney. Just saying.
Oh wait, no. Is it? No, it's May.
May. Okay, people. Just saying. Anyway, on that note, sorry, I just needed to get that out there.
Sure.
On that front.
Shout out to Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
We went to go and watch it, didn't we? Should we do non-spoilers?
No. I think we just need to say, so for anyone that hasn't seen it, you've been warned. Spoiler alert. Now, let me just reiterate again. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
There we go.
There's your warning right there.
There we go.
Where do you want to start? Should we start with the story? Max, what did you think happened in the new Batman movie?
So just for me,
break it down for us.
What I'm
DJ style.
DJ. What I'm just
wickety whack.
No, I'm actually going for the more like secondary school DJ.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but never mind.
Anyway,
we digress.
We'll put a pin in it.
So with this here, I think just to answer your question, what I loved about this movie, and I cannot remember who said it, but it was a certain actor that said the key to playing writing and playing a good bad guy is they don't think they're the bad guy. Now, with the Riddler, I think they really put an emphasis.
You need to put an emphasis.
There we go. Yes, it's the lisp. Okay. But that was it, really. I mean, the thing that I loved about the whole way through, what the Riddler was doing, it was fucked up. It was totally fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw where he's coming from. No one that he targeted was innocent. And that's what I loved about it.
Except for all of those people when he flooded Gotham.
Oh yeah, apart from that, just like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, that's not gonna lie, bit of a dick move.
Yeah. So okay. So we're talking Paul Dano, Riddler. I thought he was great.
He was incredible.
An incel, like a proper incel, someone that is just in front of their computers all the time. His flat. He lived in a flat, didn't he? It looked very sort of Seven-esque. You ever see that film?
Yes.
Seven, like in terms of like the whole room is just a big lab, that sort of thing. And he was a really sort of maniacal villain. And he fucking killed it, didn't he?
He did. He really
killed it. Do I wish there was more of him? Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
See,
I liked his transition of because he changes his persona depending on who he's talking to.
Sure.
So he's got that sort of talking to Gotham, the world, the public, whatever, and he's full mask on and he's putting on like a pretty deep, menacing voice. And then when he's talking to his 500 followers or whatever, he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bro, so like we're totally about to we're gonna do this, and like we're gonna all meet in this place with bring all of your weapons, and yeah, we're gonna do it. Peace out, yeah."
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please like and subscribe for more punishing content.
But I'm gonna say this now. That opening, I think, is one of the best openings to a Batman movie.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Just for me, it was when they turned off the TV and you just saw the lenses.
Yeah,
that was so.
yeah,
whoever did the cinematography for that.
I'll put up the. It's right here. This
right
person.
here.
Look at this person.
Look at this.
What a great job they did.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude. What a Chad right there.
Yeah.
That's a Chad right there.
But that was just incredible.
Yeah, I mean the visuals alone were pretty. They were kind of jaw dropping. This is the in my mind the best that Gotham has ever looked. Better than the Tim Burton universe, and they shot it in Scotland, which I guess makes sense. It's a very sort of it's a very gothic place.
Aesthetic, yes.
And it does look pretty derived from the Arkham games, and the way that all of Arkham it was just like a big sort of, I don't know, rusty kettle sort of thing. And yeah, no, it looked really, really great.
I also loved as well is it wasn't really like a superhero origin story. It was more like a villain origin story.
Yeah,
that's what I loved about it. So like Penguin wasn't in a position that we all knew him in. He was like the number 2 guy, and that's what I loved. And it was almost like him trying to find that opportunity for him to be the number 1. Loved that. Also loved as well. Like we kind of saw it with the Joker, but we saw the dark side of Bruce Wayne's parents, which I really loved.
Yeah, that kind of the reinvention of the ideology of Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Yeah.
In that they although they were good people, what they did in certain moments of their life wasn't really the cleanest.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Anything like that. But if you ask any billionaire, none of them are squeaky clean.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I loved as well. I mean, and that was just the whole thing that I just loved about it. Everyone at the Riddler target wasn't perfect, and that's what, again, going back to it, I just loved. No one was, apart from all the people at the end. But can we just go back to that? That ending. Where. Towards the end when the Riddler's master plan, when everyone was in that room, that was terrifying.
It was.
It really
pretty claustrophobic.
It was, yeah.
No, he had this plan to just essentially trap everyone, lure everyone into some sort of a stadium, and then he just flooded the stadium. To about there. Could have done a bit better, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe a lot of people died. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so this is a detective story.
It is, yeah.
Were you able to follow everything along, and you got everything? And
oh yeah, I was on the caffeine that day. I focused on everything. I got it all.
So I have a weak bladder, and I had to go to the toilet.
You went to the toilet like 4 times during that thing.
I think it was 3, but it was.
It wasn't. It was 4. Well, I remember this.
The 4th one was after the film had finished. So I'm going to say 3, but it was good. I liked it because it didn't assume that we were idiots as an audience member, or whatever. And it's world's greatest detective, and we got to see quite a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly way more than any other sort of.
I think the thing I loved about it the most was it's almost like someone's gone, right, Christian Bale, Tim Burton, what would it look like if they put them together? That's that's how I looked at it.
I think I'm going to have to be a bit controversial and disagree with you.
You're going to disagree with me?
Well,
it's not debate of the week, Ellis.
I mean, which bits of Tim Burton?
It's very gothic, I thought.
So in terms of gothic aesthetic?
Yeah, gothic aesthetic, that's what I'm going for.
and then Chris Nolan's kind of realness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for there. But I've got to ask you, what did you think of Bruce Wayne? What did you think of him?
So
because this is where people are going a bit controversial with it.
Yeah.
Some people love him.
So yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, some people love him. Some people just think he looks like a moody teenager.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess, in a way, he is a bit of a moody teenager, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, in this one, so I had read reviews and one of the main criticisms that I heard was that there's oh shit, the camera's died.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. Camera died. So what were we talking about? Yeah, so
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yes. So I'd read reviews and watched reviews, and yeah, the main criticism that I saw was that he seems like the same person throughout, as opposed to the other Batman films where he has three personas.
Mm-hmm.
In that, you've got Batman, you've got Bruce Wayne when he's just with Alfred and people that he trusts, and then there's Bruce Wayne to the common public.
Yeah.
And I'd heard that it was only really one note, and that anyone could spot him in the crowd and be like, "Look at that big chisel jawed person, moody son of a bitch down there. That looks like he could be Batman. Holy shit, is that Bruce Wayne who could afford all of this stuff? I think that's Batman." I mean, he's got the most chiseled jaw in that city, I think. And he hasn't got, on his helmet, it's like it ends there, so you can see the whole chiseled jaw. And so, but after watching the film, I came to the conclusion that he doesn't really have a public persona because he's just never really out.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because he's either sleeping Batman or sad. And I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, there's very few scenes with Bruce Wayne in it, because he's Batman for, I'd say, about 80% of the movie, maybe a little bit more, maybe 85. Actually, no, I think maybe 80. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's in the suit for most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, what are your thoughts on Bruce Wayne?
The thing is, I quite liked it. Again, what you were saying, like, it feels like he's just been in hiding this whole time, because we all know the origin story of him. But I feel like, it's almost like he's gonna become him in the next one. Which there's definitely going to be a next one. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of what they've done with the Spider-Man films.
Yeah,
like they've kind of shown him, super early years, and then evolve into something along the lines of classic Spider-Man. Definitely. And then now he's like proper classic.
He's
Spider-Man.
He's definitely going to be evolving, and that's what I quite liked about it. One thing I'm going to say to you, Batmobile. I think that's the best Batmobile.
You think so?
I absolutely loved it. When that came on.
Hey, Ted.
Here I did.
Do you want to get in on this? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing Batman. We're doing Batman.
I love Batman.
Hello, welcome back. We're joined by Ted, who has just come back from football training, who also came to see the Batman with us. Ted, you're a massive car nut. Is this the best Batmobile?
I think it is, because it shows how much it's progressed backwards. Because obviously, it works. Because
I wasn't expecting you to say backwards.
Because Batman is obviously very new to being Batman. Hence, he doesn't actually have the name Batman. He doesn't call himself that.
I think
Vengeance.
Batman is only mentioned once.
Yeah. He's called Rata Alada, which is the Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get corrected by someone in Spanish now.
Yeah. Well, Rata Alada was the.
It was a rat with wings.
A rat with wings that turned out to be Falcone.
Yeah, which was quite cool.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. I think, was it you that I spoke to and you were like, "What, you think this is going to be the best Batman?" For me,
I loved it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I absolutely thought it was brilliant.
The reveal was good. I thought the chase scene was
kind
good.
of like the way that it was revealed, it was kind of like a monster. Like,
Yeah.
you
Oh, no,
heard
that's
you
what
heard
it
it
is.
first, and then
Definitely.
You see
much
the blue
like the
flame.
intro of Batman, you know, you hear him before you see him.
Definitely.
I love the voiceover at the start where he's like, "I could be anywhere, but I can't be everywhere."
Yeah.
Or you know, I can't be everywhere all at once, or something like that.
Definitely.
And then, like, you know, you see those thugs, and much like the Batmobile, like
They all
everyone
just
kind of
shit
stops what
themselves.
they're doing and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
They were scared to look
yeah,
at the dark.
exactly. That was something as well. I loved. What I quite liked as well was his relationship with the police. Like they had a grudge against him, but they tolerated him. That's what I quite liked.
Well, they had to tolerate him because I guess Jim Gordon
Wasn't Commissioner Gordon yet.
No, not commit. Well, that also happened in the Nolan films. He wasn't Commissioner Gordon straight away. Anyway.
Are they going to make this into? Like
They're doing 3 films.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing 3 films.
I love Rob in the film.
He's great.
He's
honestly
so perfect.
So good.
He's the good mix of still an emo, still getting over his parents, wears black eyeliner, does a bit of karate here and there.
Yeah.
Rich boy.
We there's a bit of a change in the sort of classic narrative in that we find out that it was actually Alfred that taught him to fight.
Yes.
Also, shout out to Andy Serkis. What a great I mean,
absolutely.
My only gripe with Alfred in this movie is there isn't enough of him.
Yeah, he felt like a supporting role rather than another main character.
Yeah.
And he's obviously very big in the Batman franchise.
Yeah.
And he didn't say that I failed you, Mr. Wayne, but he said a version of it because this Batman is just a version of another Batman.
Pretty much.
That's what I like.
And yeah, I thought he was great. He's you know a reasonably young guy, so you know I think they've done pretty well with the casting.
Yeah.
And you know he could do this for 20 years.
Yeah,
a long time, which is it's great. Let's talk the bat suit. The vengeance suit. What do we think?
I really loved
I
it.
liked it.
What do you think of the look of it?
I think it was
It
good.
was kind of simplistic.
Yeah.
That's what I quite liked. New Batman,
Yeah.
I'm new to it.
I quite liked as well. It wasn't military. It kind of looked like, again, like with the Batmobile, it looked like he made it himself almost. That's what I quite liked about it.
Yeah, I mean, it did look like he sort of stitched it together using like bulletproof.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing isn't bulletproof.
It's his main chest.
Yeah, it's pretty much main
Covering his
chest,
heart.
some shoulder stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, when he got shot at the end, like by the shotgun, you could tell that it wasn't bulletproof.
Yeah.
But no, it was. You could just tell that it wasn't like military grade.
Like when he was shot, you felt it.
Oh, yeah.
Like he got shot and blew up a few times.
Go on. I really liked as well with the gliding. How
Big change there.
Yeah.
So rather than the Nolan, big wings that don't exist.
Yeah.
He has one attempt at a wingsuit glide before he absolutely fucks it.
He has his parachute and hits a bridge.
Oh, that was so
Oh god, that was a hard
I
fall.
had Dad next to me go.
I mean, like it was a shock for sure because like everyone expects it, like the Nolan wingsuit. But yeah, I mean, again, maybe it's probably something much like the Spider-Man films that over the course of these 3 films, it's going to lead to what everyone thinks as classic Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say something right now.
Oh, hold on. Before you do that, I've got so I found an image this week it was from the costume designer that I'm going to link. It'll be there next to Ted. So this is what the Batsuit actually looks like. So you've got these things on his wrists.
They were like
what were they actually?
They were like I felt like they were like
for his grappling for his grappling gun.
Yeah. His grappling gun is actually on the inside of his
Spider-Man web.
Yeah, I love that. I
thought it was so cool.
Because you get the Nolan one and it's like, pull it out. Why not have it like just there, just ready to go?
What I quite liked about as well is you don't really see all of his Batman suit until right to the end. It's almost in the
it gets pieced together.
Yeah. Like I mean, it's also like it's probably the most useful utility belt we've ever seen.
Definitely.
There's so many cool little gadgets in this film. He's got the adrenaline
Yeah, I
thing
thought
that
that
he
was
stabs
sick.
into him.
Yeah.
There were rumors, or like that, not rumors. There's theories that is the early stages of the Bane serum.
Said in the car.
Oh.
That's what Ted said in the car. So anyway, so this is the back of it. It looks pretty cool. But this is I've got a note here from the costume designer talking about the utility belt. So she said this is Glyn Dillon. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. But anyway, the idea of the utility belt, I thought it would be nice if he used stuff that he could get from like ex-military or police force. So instead of the yellow or gold belt that we've seen in the past, we've come to this very practical looking black leather belt, very realistic belt. It's from the real world. With the neck of the cowl, so that's the actual headpiece, we've done these pieces that are almost like vertebrae that'll move when he moves his neck. That's the other thing we really wanted for him, to be able to move really well, because because quite famously the Tim Burton one couldn't. So we want him to have that full motion. And yeah, I mean, if in Batman Begins, it's like when he turns his head,
it's like a full movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Burton, like the Burton ones as well. He has to like he hears a noise. He's like, who said that?
It's not just a head movement.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then there was another one. Hold on. So this is on the actual sort of piece there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves wants everything to feel like everything has a purpose. So with the suit that we came up with, this idea of it being like a Russian pressure suit, the lacing detail up the side and the back is based on what pilots would wear. So, and we've got elastic in the neck so that they can fight and stretch and punch freely. It's not a real protective suit, but when we met with Robert Alonso, the head stunt coordinator, he was saying that it reminded him of an equestrian vest, which he said is one of the best protective vests a stuntman can wear, because it's got similar kinds of body breaks in it, so that you've got a lot of mobility, and it's got pauldrons in the chest. So in theory, Batman will be protected from bullets and what have you. A lot of the paneling that you see is very much taken of the idea of a ballistic shielding, etc. That is sewn into that. After the cowl, it looks like it's made from leather and stitched together. So the mechanical elements are very much built on top. So it's like it's fully realism. That they wanted to get from this, pulled from real sort of stuntmen and like Air Force and stuff like that, which I think, it goes a long way. And
it makes it a realistic Batman instead of just this future high-tech rich boy who's just got too much money and time and kung fu skills.
I'm going to make a prediction. So, spoiler alert on this one, but when we saw the Joker at the end, I mean, we didn't see much of him.
I hope it's Joaquin Phoenix.
It's
definitely not. I do hope that in the next few films, when it gets older, I hope it becomes him.
But Joaquin Phoenix isn't going to stay the same age.
Nah.
Well, neither will the Joker.
Yeah.
It's a different Joker.
It will be a different Joker,
but
I'm afraid,
it's a different actor that's been cast.
But you saw a little bit of him. And the bits you saw the scars with him. You saw almost like
smile.
You saw the smile. You saw where he's been burnt by the acid. I think this is going to be the most terrifying Joker that we've seen.
You think so?
I do think that.
That's a
bold.
I mean, to be fair, like he's done the Riddler pretty well.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to see just more different things. But he kind of reinvented the Riddler, Catwoman as well. We should give a shout out to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zoe Kravitz. She did a real good
job.
What else have we got? Got the car. Done the story. Changes Batsuit. The villains. Final result.
The villains. What about the Penguin?
There wasn't that much of him, but I mean, whoever did the hair and makeup should be nominated for.
Oh yeah, that was the scars, but
there was.
it was good.
I was telling you this earlier. There was a scene that I absolutely loved. What they did, and it was when he was tied up, and they Jim Gordon and Batman walked away, and he just started walking like a penguin. I thought
he just waddled.
Yeah, I really liked that. But
I don't think I noticed.
Did you not? No, he started waddling like a penguin. But with this one here, I want to ask, what do you like? What villains do you want to see?
I'm still
Dr.
pining
Freeze.
I'm still pining for Mr. Freeze.
You're
Is
still
that
pining.
Mr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze?
No.
Dr. Freeze is his medical name, but his villain name's just Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. I'm
It's
trying
like
to think from
Victor
the Batman
Freeze,
game.
isn't it? Is it Victor Freeze?
You're thinking. Are you thinking Victor Zsasz?
No. What's Dr. Freeze's actual name?
I feel like Victor Freeze sounds familiar.
Your camera's just. Oh no, that board was designed to sync up sound. There we go. That'll do. Welcome back.
No, I believe you've done that.
That'll do. I'm hoping that was picked up by the mic.
It's fine. Just find
the stinky one.
Find the part where Max starts to put his head on the table.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm hogging all this. There we go.
You can't.
Enjoy it. I'm all about sharing. Sharing is caring.
I don't know. That is so bad. What you eat?
I actually don't know who you are.
It's so bad.
It stinks. Yeah.
Oh, we're good now.
Some toxic fumes right there.
I'm actually not okay.
What were we talking about? Villains.
Batman
Yeah,
villains.
future villains that we'd like to
Who do
see.
we want to see?
Right, I'm going to say this to you right now. I mean, I want a proper. I know it's been done already, but I want a proper Victor Zsasz.
Proper Victor Zsasz.
No. It's just for me. Like they did him so. He was just so. I know this sounds really bad, but he was just a little bit too. He wasn't flamboyant. He was too flamboyant, and he's just He's a straight up serial killer. Like that's the thing, and he was just gruesome. And
He was in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
he was, but like again, he wasn't quite right. Like, do you remember playing the Arkham games? Do you remember? Do you remember Zsasz in that? He was fucked up, and like,
How did you get Zsasz?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how could that?
Oh, was he the person at the end of the Riddler trails?
Yeah, I think he must have been.
he was the one. Do you remember in Arkham City? He'd phone up and just be like, "If you don't get to this phone box, I will kill this person."
Yeah,
that's the
I remember
one.
that. Yeah.
And do you remember the pig butcher as well? The Italian opera singing pig butcher.
Yeah.
He was a class villain. I thought he was terrifying.
He was. I think that
Even when I played through the game last year, I was absolutely petrified.
Do you know who would be sick? If we had a combination of the Mad Hatter and Scarecrow.
yes,
Scarecrow would be great.
that would be good.
Because like the Mad Hatter in the Arkham City.
Arkham City, yeah.
That was
Arkham
sick.
City.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was good.
So much fun. And like, yeah, they could work together, and he could just like freak him the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going Scarecrow, Zsasz,
Ra's
Mad
al Ghul.
Hatter.
I want to see a Ra's al Ghul
I get
because
you.
Alfred has trained Batman. It's Vengeance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not Ra's al Ghul. So I want to see this random
No,
guy
okay.
come in and challenge him.
And then obviously the Joker, and possibly as well Killer Croc.
Yeah,
I reckon
I was
he
going
would
to say
be
Killer
good.
Croc would be good.
I reckon he'd be quality in this. And it's not like, you know, it's not like, oh, there's a little bit, but I reckon that it would be like Arkham Asylum. You know, when that level,
the
it would
chase
be
scene
like that.
where he chases. Oh, I
Oh,
hated
that was horrible.
Oh, it was terrifying.
Do you think, given that this is such a grounded Batman universe, do you think that they would?
Yeah, I
See,
reckon they would.
I think they could make it work. Like, it could be a skin, like, so with Killer Croc.
I don't want it to be a skin condition, because that's what we
No,
got in
yeah, that's-
Suicide Squad, and
yeah.
it was just, it was crap.
Yeah.
I want
It
to see
was
like
no
a
good.
genuine proper crocodile.
Like a scientific freak of
Yeah,
nature.
sort of like in Spider-Man when they had whatever his name was, the lizard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, like a science experiment